So we thought we would talk a little bit about how can you make AIs and humans work together to create a valid content framework that you can actually use and you can have confidence using so that you know that your brand is going to be well represented, that your audience is going to be happy. So, I forget what. Oh, right. So this slide actually is a comparison between the two. What it looks like when humans lead versus when AI leads. And you know that we're going to believe that humans need to lead while AI assists. But let's just say you have AI lead the charge. You can have it do that in certain areas like creating a first draft.
Hmm.
It's just a draft. This is not your finished piece. You can have AI give you some content ideas based on data. You can actually upload physical data and say, hey, what are some topics that are aligned with this data or that can help us in our brand? And you can use it to create content clusters. You can use it to help you repurpose things, but these are all tasks. It's not your strategic level. This
Right.
is you already knowing your strategy, already knowing your brand, already understanding that your human creativity gives you the advantage. And this is what we're talking about. So when humans lead, the brand voice is prominent, clearly defined. Your strategic messaging is clearly defined. And you have the storytelling piece that you can only really train AI to try to do, but your brand story is inside of you and everybody that works on your brand, and it's inside the collective of your company. And AI is never going to fully lock in on that.
Yeah. To get a little, that's great. All great points. I think the key nugget here is I find, and we do this quite a bit, that repurposing content, AI is brilliant at it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, as far as, for instance, if you have a landing page and you say, you want to create a PPC ad, right?
Hmm.
And you say, hey, you know, here's the character limit. Here's, I want a strong CTA on it. Here's the conversion elements. And you give it all the data. Write 30 versions for this PPC ad.
Right.
Maybe you end up using 10 of them, but that right there saves a tremendous amount of time, right?
Hmm.
Social media, writing social posts. Now, I don't mean the social posts, and I've seen it, and obviously every social platform is different and every audience is different, whether you're B2B or B2C and the various, social platforms you're using. And some, types of content obviously work better on other platforms. But generally speaking, I find it does a really good job of summarizing something or repurposing. But again, you still have to read it, still have to proof it, have to make sure that your CTAs are what they should be, that it doesn't sound robotic too. Because
Mm.
as you mentioned, Catherine, your brand tone and voice still needs to be there. But the repurposing piece I find is just really great. Um,
Yeah, it offers a fluidity in your workflow that wasn't possible before AI.
right,
Like, I've uploaded, here's a complete article. Let's say the article's like 600 words. And I decide, all right, this is a great topic, and there's more I could have done with it. AI, how do I expand on this for a longer article or even for a white paper? And it'll tell you, but then you
right,
still have to look. What does this
right,
outline look like now? Does it still make sense? Do some of the subheadings make sense? Do they not make sense and we need tweaks? Okay. So it's synergistic right now. They work
yeah,
together. Humans and AI
right,
can work together, but the slop that we have encountered is when people just are blindly trusting it.
yeah.
You write me these 30 articles, and now all of a sudden you have 30 random looking AI blog posts that are like, oh God, why did you
Right.
do that?
Right. We actually, Catherine and I have been talking about this quite a bit, and our whole team has been. Is I don't know, we're firm believers that we're going to see. We might be wrong, but we may not be.
I don't
But
know.
I think in about within 5 years, we're going to see a lot of these. I mean, search is going to be different completely. I think within 5 years, search is going to be completely different. But outside of that, we all might see, SEO penalties from AI written content, massive amounts of AI written content. I mean, we've already seen it, but I mean at a large scale. PPC and display ads right now. I mean, I'm sure we've all seen ads on TV and in digital. And we're like, oh, AI, that's totally AI, right? The AI created that. Eventually, because the results aren't going to be maybe as good on the other end, because your audience now is, understanding that, hey, that content, that ad was written by AI, created by AI, so it may not have the same lift and end result.
Mhm.
There may be penalties there. We also may see it in social media. I mean, more than, I mean, if I actually on my personal time, I enjoy TikTok. I do, it's just for the various topics. But I've noticed a shift, right? Like maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, the AI videos that came out, before you had to market social media, this content was created by AI, were kind of brilliant. People loved them. People responded to them. Then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, people got burned out. I mean, how many times you see an AI created video on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, and it's like the crowd of pitchfork people coming out ready to attack it. AI created garbage, garbage. I mean, that kills your brand. But I feel like social media is going to be different too from all of this. So the point is, when you use AI as a tool to help you create content that's part of the bigger picture, but our advice, I know Catherine believes the same thing. Don't
Yeah.
just use it to spin massive amounts of useless content that is not going to really resonate with your audience
No.
and help you achieve the results you need. Because it may be short term, but 2 years,
Yep.
5 years, if you're still doing that, multiply that over a year, 2 years, 3 years, five
You're
years
at risk.
time, you're big time risk. I mean, we've seen it over the years with SEO, right? When back the early days of search, people used to have the keyword rich domain names, and they used to spin article spinning, just spammy content, thousands of articles to quote unquote rank on topics. One of the major algorithm updates happened maybe about 15 years ago, and that just wiped out all those people, wiped out all that content in one swoop. Remember, we had to clean it up.
Yeah.
We spent years cleaning that up for clients. So the point is, use it responsibly as a really
Yep.
good tool to help you. Just don't depend on it blindly for all your content.
Yep.
That's
You
really
need
the
your
moral of the
anchor
story.
points. To go along with that, you need your anchor,
Yeah,
your audience, your business goals, your strategy, making sure your voice is represented. If you follow that, you can comfortably use it as a tool without
absolutely.
stress, without worrying about it.